Good evening and welcome to Skylands Ice World for the end of day 2 of the St. Paddy Smackdown. Game today between the Skylands Kings Squirt Navy squad and the Princeton Tigers Black. Mike Formasano along with you. We got about a minute to go before opening face-off between these two teams. The Kings are 2-0 in the tournament, having defeated the New Jersey Colonials 5-2 and the New Jersey Devils Youth 5-3 earlier this morning. Meanwhile, the Princeton Tigers Black are 0-1-1 in this tournament. They tied the Devils last night 3-3, but then lost to the Colonials this morning by a 2-1 count. So, game's about to be set. Goalies for the matchup today in net for the Kings, as always, J.J. Arnold, number 30, and for the Princeton Tigers Black, it'll be number 31, Nathan Eckel. Let's go down the rosters real quick. The head coach of the Princeton Tigers Black is Ian McNally. And as far as the squad is concerned, defensemen will be number 4, Ryan Kalachik, number 8, Jay Turchetta, number 45, Tyler Butcher, number 86, Jimmy Dolan. The forwards, number 3, James Carroll, number 6, Emily Lee, number 10, Benjamin Como, number 11, Brendan Carter, number 19, Parker Del Vecchio, number 22, Madeline Kalachik, and number 97, Christian Mayone. For the Kings, their usual lineup, and it looks like we'll have J.J. Arnold in net, as we said. The forwards being number 6, Ryan Walsh, number 8, Damian Slater, number 22, Michael Formasano, number 44, Tristan Stillwagon. Michael Monda's not in this game today. Neither is Noah Bernstein on defense, so we have a couple of call-ups, and we'll get you those players in just a little bit. It looks like it's going to be Hackett, number 5, and Ziegler, number 29, called up to play for the Kings in this game. The other defensemen for the Kings, of course, number 19, Connor Dunn, number 14, Braden Klein, and number 9, Logan Dixon. Head coach, as always, for the Kings, Mark Weaver, assisted by Jim Arnold, assisted by Brett Harper, and also by Tom Klein. Tom Klein. Sorry. He's going ahead and going through the roster. I'm trying to figure out Ziegler and the other fill-in for the Kings in this game. We'll get your first names as we can later, but the Kings will be starting out with their Ryan Walsh, Brett Harper, and Damian Slater line. The lines are actually mixed up today. Walsh, Harper, and Slater will start, along with Dunn and Dixon on defense. 13-minute periods here in tournament action. We're getting set to get underway. Let's do it. Referee dropping the puck between Harper and number 11, Carter. It's won by the Tigers. Number 4 has it over in the corner, and that's Kalachik. Kalachik will go ahead and pass it, but it goes wide over to the near boards. Over to Connor Dunn. Dunn will send it all the way down and behind the Tigers' net. It's picked up there by Kalachik. Loses it over to Slater. Slater behind the net, now picked up by Dolan. Dolan will go ahead and send it out. Dolan sends it to Carroll. Carroll over to Mayone. Mayone back to Kalachik. Kalachik trying to play it outside the zone. And it comes over to Carroll. James Carroll, number 3 for the Tigers, will play it inside the Kings zone. Carter in after that, and it's picked up by Dunn. Dunn tries to clear up, but not out. Stopped there by Dolan. Jimmy Dolan, number 86, will send it in for the Tigers. Now here's Dunn with it, fighting along the boards with Carter. Carter has it behind the Kings' net. Carter out in front. It's loose. It's picked up by Slater, and they'll go ahead and they'll play it up. Now to Walsh. Walsh has it, number 6, along the boards in neutral ice. Ryan Walsh will go ahead and play it. Loses it over to Dolan. Dolan goes over to Kalachik. Kalachik has it, number Ryan Kalachik, across the line, along with Madeline Kalachik. Now it's centered. Shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. It's loose. It's picked up by Ziegler. Ziegler has it for the Kings now. And now Stillwagon in to try and fight for it. Klein's able to pick it up in a high slot and is able to clear it. Now picked up by Ziegler, and she'll pass it to Formasano. Now to Stillwagon. Here's Stillwagon with it. Stillwagon loses it to number 6 for the Tigers, and it goes back to Ziegler. Ziegler, number 29 for the Kings, called up for this game due to the absences of Monda and Bernstein. Now Turchetta shoots it on goal. Saved by Arnold. It's loose. Kalachik with it. and she's able to put home the rebound. Madeline Kalachik is able to pick up the loose rebound in front of Arnold, skated around his left pad, and the Tigers on a quick 1-0 lead.
22 for 8.
So Madeline Kalachik with the goal, assisted by Jay Turchetta, and the Tigers up 1-0. So now Hackett with the face-off win for the Kings. Hackett, number 5, up for the Kings in this game as well. Plays it to Dixon. Dixon back to number 45 for the Tigers, and that's Butcher. Now over to Carter. Brendan Carter has it. Carter loses it over to number 97. 97 comes in offside. That's Christian Maione. One 0 Tigers over the Kings. 10:45 to go. First period. Tigers lead. Shots on goal. 3-0. So Carter will take the face-off against Harper for the Kings. Harper's able to keep it out, but just temporarily, and it goes over to Walsh. Walsh has it now. Walsh plays it to neutral ice. Walsh loses it to Slater. Slater across the red line. Slater coming across the blue. He loses his stick. It's knocked out of his hands by Kirill, and Kirill will send it up to Maione. Maione across the blue. Maione being checked there by Ranger Harper. Maione's holding Harper's stick, but no call on the play. It goes back to number 45, Butcher. Tyler Butcher will send it in, but Dixon has it now around the net, behind his own net, being chased by Carter. Now up to Slater. Slater has it. Slater will bring it across his own blue. Now to Walsh. Walsh coming across the Tiger blue. Walsh with it. Walsh with the shot. Saved by Eckel. It's loose in front and cleared by the Tigers. Now Walsh has it along the near boards. Ryan Walsh knocked down. And he's still down. He comes back up now. And now Kirill has it for Princeton. Up to Maione. Christian Maione across the blue. Being checked by Dixon. Maione with it still. Maione with the shot. Saved by Arnold. And it goes behind the net. And picked up by Dunn. Dunn coming across his own blue line. Now to Formisano. Formisano loses it to Walsh. Walsh has it now. And Walsh will play it up. Walsh to Formisano. Formisano across the blue. Now to Slater. Slater trying to get in a high slot. Now Damian Slater has it near the near boards. Backhanded by Stillwagon and deflected off of Jimmy Dolan, number 86 for Princeton. Over to number 6, Emily Lee. Lee has it for Princeton. Plays it out of the zone. And it's intercepted by Hackett. Hackett gives a decline. Now over to Como. Benjamin Como along the near boards for Princeton. And this played outside the zone. Now to 86 to Dolan. Stillwagon on him. Dolan holds on to it. Now Hackett steals it. Hackett loses it to Kalachik, the goal scorer for Princeton. Kalachik intercepted by Stillwagon. Stillwagon across the blue. Stillwagon takes it across the red. Now into the Tiger zone. Check there, and Dolan picks it up for Princeton. 8:42 to go. First period. Princeton 1. Skylands, no score, and we got a tripping penalty. That's going to be on Formisano, number 22 for Skylands. And Princeton will go to the first power play of the game. Remember, penalties are minute 30 in tournament play, not 2 minutes as usual. So Formisano with the tripping call at 8:37 of the first period. The Tigers up 1-0. They go on to power play. So it's won by Princeton. Goes over to Maione. Maione has it now, trying to play it inside the King zone, but it's cleared back out and goes down into the Princeton end. Maione along with Kirill. Kirill comes across the blue. Kirill defended by Dunn. Kirill in with the shot. Blocker glove saved by Arnold. It goes behind the net. And now over to Dixon. Dixon will clear it. Dixon not out. Held by 45. It goes into the corner. Kirill has it now for the Tigers. Kirill trying to play it to Turchetta. Can't get it there, so he comes back around. It's loose in front. Maione can't stuff it in. It goes behind the net and into the far corner in the King's end. Now Turchetta with it. And Dunn's able to pick it up and send it all the way out. Turchetta now with Princeton for it at 45 seconds to go on the Formisano penalty. Kirill, number 3, in. Kirill coming in on his backhand now. Kirill with the shot. Goes behind the net. And Dunn has it. Dunn gives it over to Dixon. Dixon into the far corner now, being chased by Maione. And he plays it all the way outside the zone. It'll go all the way down. We have an icing on the play. 26 seconds to go here in the first period. 7:33 to go in the first period. Tigers lead 1-0. 26 seconds on the penalty to Formisano. Now, Hackett's out there for the Kings along with Ziegler and with Stillwagon. Clyde on defense. Face-off won by Princeton. It goes over to the Kings now. Here's Hackett with it. Hackett, number 5, skating across the line. Hackett loses it to Dolan. Jimmy Dolan, number 86, takes it. And Dolan across the red line. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Shot on goal. Save by Arnold. Blocker glove save. It comes back out to Kalachik. Kalachik loses it over to Klein. Klein has it across the red. Klein coming in across the blue now. Klein with a shot on goal. Saved by Eckel. It goes behind the net to Kalachik. Kalachik, it's held in by Ziegler. Ziegler falls down. It's played out by number 6 for the Tigers. Now over to Klein. Klein has it. He'll play it up along the boards. And out of the reach of Ziegler. She goes back on the bench. Kalachik now has it. And it goes into the Kings zone behind Arnold's net. We got an icing on the play. 6:37 to go. Princeton leads it over the Kings. 1-0 on a goal by Madeline Kalachik. Shots on goal, 6-2 in favor of Princeton. Oh, face-off by Harper. Ranger Harper, number 88, taking the face-off. He wins it, gives it to Walsh. Comes back out along the near boards. Dunn after it on his horse. Now it's taken by Kirill for the Tigers. Back out to Dunn, and through his skates, and it comes back out to neutral ice. Dunn after it, Kirill chasing him. Dunn will skate it all the way behind his net. Plays it along the boards to Carter. Carter takes it for Princeton. Now over to Slater. He's able to clear the zone. Kirill takes it back in for Princeton. Now over to Carter. Plays it to Jay Turchetta. Turchetta into the Kings zone. It's along the near boards. Dunn with it. Dunn trying to play it out, but it hits Carter's skates. Now goes over to Maione. Maione with the backhand save by Arnold. He didn't know where that shot was coming from, but was able to get his pad down and keep it out. Now Slater with it. Damian Slater plays it up. Over to Walsh. It's intercepted by Kirill. Kirill will play it back into the Kings zone. Princeton dominating action so far in this first half of the first period. Kings got to turn up the intensity. Here's Slater across the blue. Slater coming in. Harper in after it. It's picked up now by Como. Benjamin Como behind the net for Princeton. Now over to Carter. Brendan Carter tries to clear the zone. He does. And it goes back into the Princeton zone. Here's Slater with it. Damian Slater on his backhand. Slater falls down. It goes behind the net. Played by Dolan. Jimmy Dolan, number 86 with it now. Here's Formisano. Formisano keeps it into the Tiger zone, but only momentarily. And it goes back out to Logan Dixon. Dixon to Slater. Now comes back into the Kings zone. Here's Slater with it. Slater at the faceoff dot. Slater with the shot on goal. Saved by Eckel. And Stillwagon can't hold it. It's played by Como. Now over to Dolan. Dolan behind the Tiger net. Dolan will go ahead and take it from there. Dolan plays it to Emily Lee. Lee, number 6, comes in for Princeton. Lee tries to center it, but it's intercepted by Hackett. Hackett, number 5 for the Kings, gives it over to Dixon. Dixon loses it. It's knocked off his stick by Como. Now over to Dunn. Dunn tries to clear the zone, but can't do so. It's along the boards. Now Formisano's able to take it out and play it down. Kalachik now, number 4 for the Princeton Tigers. Ryan Kalachik plays it up to Lee. Lee gives it to Madeline Kalachik. Can't get it. Now Ziegler and Hackett and Formisano knock into each other. And while that happens, we have a Princeton offside. 4:12 to go. First period. Tigers lead 1-0. Shots on goal. Princeton 7. Kings 3. So the face-off between Harper, number 88, and Carter, number 11 for Princeton. Princeton wins it and gives it back to Turchetta. Turchetta now along the boards. Klein plays it up. Past Walsh's stick. It's over to Maione. Maione goes ahead and tries to take it in, but can't get into the Kings zone. It's along the far dasher in neutral ice. Slater playing it there, but it's picked up by Princeton. The Tigers all over the place in this one. Now Kirill in a low slot. The shot on goal. He scores! James Kirill able to pick the top left corner above Arnold's catching glove. The Tigers go up 2-0. So, Kirill with the unassisted goal to make it 2-0 Princeton. After Princeton coming off a tie against the Devils and a loss to the Colonials, they have a 2-0 lead on the 2-0 Skylands Kings. Now the puck sent all the way down into the Tigers' end of the ice. Here's 45 with it for the Princeton Tigers. And that is Tyler Butcher. Butcher sends it. It's kept it by Ziegler. Now it goes into the corner. Here's Walsh with it. Walsh going ahead. And he's got Turchetta all over him. Walsh tried to play it out. Walsh has it in his skates. Walsh. It's tied up behind the net. Now it's on the back of the net, and the referee calls a whistle. And we'll get a face-off to the left of Nathan Eckel. 2-0 Tigers here. 3:22 to go. First period. A surprising start here as Princeton only had 2 wins in the regular season, but one of them was against Skylands down in Princeton with a 1-0 score. So Harper wins the faceoff, but it goes right over to Princeton and into the near corner. Played out by Dolan. Outside the zone. It's picked up there by Logan Dixon. Dixon, number 9, in neutral ice. Dixon is intercepted by Lee. In Lee's skates now, Harper picks it up. Ranger Harper trying to play it along the boards. Can't get it up. It's held by Ryan Kalachik. Kalachik passes to Como. Benjamin Como, number 10, with it. Skates around, done. Como in. Tries to go to the slot. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. Oh, there was Madeline Kalachik looking for her second goal. And Arnold stymies her. Now Dixon playing it into the Tiger zone. Dixon along the near boards. Into the near corners. The Canes skate left to right. Formisano now with it, and Eckel poke checks it into the corner near the Zamboni door, just out of the reach of Formisano. Slater has it. Slater loses it over to Kalachik. Kalachik knocked down, and we're going to have a penalty against Slater. A tripping call against Damian Slater, and the Tigers will go back to the power play. 2:27 to go. First period. Tigers lead it 2-0. Princeton on their second power play of the evening. Stillwagon will take the face-off along with Formisano to his right. Dunn and Dixon on defense. Carter taking the face-off for the Tigers. Stillwagon loses it, and it goes over to Maione. Maione will go ahead and play it to Carter. Now to Kirill, and he's offsides. 2:18 to go, first period. Princeton leads it 2-0. So Stillwagon and Carter again with the face-off. Stillwagon loses it over to Kirill, and Kirill plays it back to Turchetta. Turchetta now over to number 45. That's Tyler Butcher. Butcher into Carter. Carter can't handle it. Goes along the near boards. He throws it out in front. It goes through the goal mouth, and Stillwagon picks it up along the near boards. Now over to Kirill. Kirill with it. Kirill on the backhand. Kirill in the low slot. He backhands it behind the net. It's picked up there by Dunn. Now Carter has it. Carter in the low slot. Picked up by Carroll. The shot on goal. Save by Arnold. Rebound is loose. Save again. It goes against the far boards. Now over to 45. 45. Shoots it behind the net. It's loose. Picked up by Stillwagon. Tristan Stillwagon with it now. Stillwagon will take it. And it comes outside the zone as Kirill will now take it back in. 34 seconds to go on the Tigers power play. Kirill along the far boards. Now over to Butcher. Butcher with the shot. Goes wide and into the near corner. Picked up by Walsh. Ryan Walsh, number 6 with it. And it goes into the Skylands bench. And no further play. 21 seconds to go on the Tigers power play. Princeton leads shots on goal 10-3. They also lead 2-0 on the scoreboard. Minute 17 to go, first period. Harper will take the face-off against Kalachik. Harper wins it over to Walsh. Here's Walsh with it. Plays it just outside the zone. And Ryan Kalachik will take it out. Now to Como. Como will play it in. Como goes over to Klein. 7 seconds to go. Now Kalachik will go ahead and play it around. Kalachik loses to Ziegler. Played in the zone to Lee. Emily Lee has it now. Into the slot to Kalachik. It's loose. It's picked up by Klein. Goes over to the boards to Ziegler. Now Ziegler has it. Kalachik picks it up for the Tigers. And Klein has it in the far corner. Braden Klein and Madeline Kalachik fighting for it now. Klein and Kalachik along with Harper in there in the far corner. Now it comes out to Slater. 32 seconds to go. Plays up to Ryan Walsh. Here's Walsh with it across the red line. 1 against 3. Walsh coming in. Klein behind him. Ryan Walsh will play it into the near corner. It goes over to Glass. And we'll have a stoppage in play. 20.6 seconds to go. First period. Princeton leads it 2-0. Hackett will take the face-off for the Kings. Ziegler and Klein on defense, along with Formisano on forward with Stillwagon for Skylands. Face-off's won. It goes to Stillwagon. Stillwagon to Formisano. Formisano sails it down. The shot goes behind the net. And it's picked up by Princeton there. Princeton will go ahead and take it around. They'll send it up to Carroll. Jake Carroll trying to get outside the zone. He does. Pass Klein. 6 seconds to go. Carter comes in. Brendan Carter in the high slot. Carter with the shot. Deflected in front. And there's the horn. So, Princeton with a surprise early first period on 2 goals. They'll take a 2-0 lead into the second period. Shots on goal so far, Princeton 10-3, and they hold the 2-0 lead. That's where we stand after period 1. We'll be back for second period play right after this.
You guys got to get up there. I expect more out of you. Get up there with the play. Okay? Wanda doesn't cruise around. Right?
I'm sorry, it's all written.
He gets moving everywhere. Get moving. Same thing with me. Work gap control is so far off.
All right, thank you.
Welcome back to second period action here at Skylands Ice World. The Princeton Tigers black leading the Skylands Kings 2-0. So the Tigers on goals by Kalachik in that period, and also the second goal for the Tigers. I believe it was Carroll at that point in time. Was able to go ahead and put it in for Princeton and make it 2-0. The Kings only 3 shots on goal. We got first names on the 2 fill-in players for the Kings now. Constance Ziegler and Cadence Hackett. Cadence Hackett out there, center ice for the Kings, taking the face-off against Carter. And it plays over to Formisano as we start second period action. Now to Stillwagon over 44. We'll play it over the glass, and it'll hit the netting and come back in. So, starting second period action here, 12:51 to go. Remember, periods are only 13 minutes in tournament action instead of the usual 15. So Cadence Hackett will take the face-off against Brendan Carter. Hackett wins it over to Stillwagon, but it's intercepted by Carroll. Carroll will go ahead and take it in. Carroll with the shot. Saved by Arnold. Right pad save. And it goes behind the net. Here's Dixon with it. Dixon plays it up to Formisano. Goes outside the zone, and now Butcher has it. Butcher over to Carroll. Jake Carroll with it now, number 3. Carroll loses it to Formisano. Formisano coming across the blue. Michael Formisano trying to skate in. Can't get around the Princeton Tigers defense. So Stillwagon holds it along the far dasher now. Stillwagon with it. Fighting for the puck with Turchetta. And now Formisano in there to pinch in. It comes back out to Carroll. And Carroll will backhand it outside the zone. Dixon has it now. Dixon will play it back in. Around the boards it goes. Now Butcher after it. Number 45 for Princeton. Tyler Butcher will play it up to Carroll. Jake Carroll, number 3, comes across the red line. Carroll across the blue. Carroll sends it in. Over to Dixon. Dixon tries to clear it outside the zone, but can't do so. It's held by Maione. Now, over to Logan Dixon. 2-0 Princeton. We're early in the second period here. Dixon plays it in to the Princeton zone, but loses it right away. It's played out by Jimmy Dolan. Now it's in Formisano's skates. Formisano has it, and now Hackett. Cadence Hackett will play it back in. And here's Dolan with it. Dolan wraps it around into the near corner. Now comes back out to Dolan, number 86 for Princeton, and Dolan comes outside the zone. Dolan over to Kalachik. Madeline Kalachik. She's defended by Dixon, and Dixon takes it from her and plays it up the boards. Now it's in Lee's skates. Now Walsh with it. Walsh across the blue. Dolan has it in center ice. All the momentum at this point in time in favor of Princeton. Skylands got to find a way to try and get it back. So, Princeton holding it along the blue line. It's early in the second period, so there's plenty of time, but the Kings better get on it soon. Here's Walsh with it at the red line. Walsh sends it in. On goal to Eckel. He'll cover. No further play. You know, for the times I've seen Princeton and for the scores I've seen, even though they only had 2 regular season wins, each one of these games has been close. They had a close game against the Devils. They had a close game against the Colonials, losing 2-1. They beat the Kings in Princeton about a month ago. So, you know, even though they were last place in the North Division, no need to think of them as bottom feeders. So they are a decent team, and so they've been playing really well in this one. Now Ziegler will go ahead and send it in to Slater around the boards, and there's Butcher with it, number 45. Here's Ranger Harper, takes it for the Kings. Harper loses it to Carroll, now takes it right back. Harper takes it around the faceoff dot, saved by Eckel. It comes behind the net to Walsh. Walsh has it now. Walsh tries to send it to Slater, but can't get it past. Now Carroll has it. Carroll will take it just outside the zone, and as Klein plays it back in, we have an offside. So faceoff will be taken by Harper for the Kings. Slater on his left, Walsh on his right. Constance Ziegler and Braden Klein on defense for Skylands. Here's Ziegler with it. Can't play it in. It's held up by Lee. And a check by Slater. And Lee goes into the boards. So, Klein has it now. Klein will play it over to Walsh. Walsh has it along the red. Walsh trying to play it inside the Princeton zone. Can't get in. Now he does. Here's Walsh with it. We've got Tigers all over him, though. And Klein tries to hold it along the line, but Princeton's able to get it out. Como loses it back into his own zone. Here's Ryan Kalachik with it. Kalachik will take it all the way around his own net and tries to play it outside the zone. He does so up to Benjamin Como. Klein picks it up there. Now Madeline Kalachik with it. Kalachik will lose it over to Klein. Klein back to Kalachik for Princeton. Kalachik trying to enter. Does so. Throws it towards the net, but it goes along the boards behind the net in the near corner. Here's Klein with it. Klein has it in the corner, and Maione all over him. Now Slater pinching in. Now Klein taking it behind his own net. 9 minutes to go, second period. Princeton up 2-0. It's held in by the Tigers. Here's Dolan. Dolan on a break. Dolan with the shot high above the glass. It hits the back of the boards, and the Kings pick it up there. Here's Ziegler. Constance Ziegler tries to play it out. Can't do so. It's held in by Dolan. And in the Princeton Tigers skates. Now it comes back outside the zone. And there's Ryan Kalachik with it. Onside and into the zone. And now played back in by Maione. Maione and Klein in the corner. It's picked up by Ziegler. Constance Ziegler sends it up to Formisano. Formisano 22 with it now. Formisano will play it just outside the zone. And it's played back in on an offside.
Michael, pick your head up.
2-0 Princeton over Skylands at this point.
97 trip.
We got a penalty as number 97, Kristen Maione, will go into the box for a tripping call. So the Kings will go to a power play. We'll see if that gets them ignited here in the second period. 2-0 Princeton, but the Kings on a power play. Remember, power plays only 90 seconds instead of the full 2 minutes in tournament play. Here's Tyler Butcher with it. Butcher plays it up. Formisano holds it, and it comes back out of the Kings zone over to Stillwagon. Stillwagon coming across the blue. Tristan Stillwagon, they're onside. He loses it to Butcher, and now Carroll will play it, but not out of the zone. Hackett's able to keep it, but only temporarily, and now it's sent in by Dunn. Connor Dunn sends it all the way down, where it's picked up by Jay Turchetta. Turchetta will send it now to number 11. That's Brendan Carter. Carter will send it along the boards. He tries to get into the Kings zone. Comes back out into neutral ice. Turchetta has it. And Turchetta will play it to Carroll. Carroll sends it all the way around and behind the Kings net. 45 seconds to go on the power play. The tripping call against Maione for the Tigers. Here's Dunn skating in with it. Skating across the blue. The shot on goal. Saved by Eckel. A nice shot by Dunn. Nice and high, but Eckel was able to get a shoulder on it. Now Dixon takes it along the right side. It's cleared by Princeton. Now Hackett after it. Hackett has Kalachik on her. As we see, the competitiveness of all the teams in this tournament, every game has been close so far. There are no pushovers. And there we go. We have a break for Ryan Walsh. Walsh in on the breakaway. Walsh with the shot. Saved by Eckel. And no further play. What a catching glove save by Nathan Eckel, robbing Ryan Walsh of the Kings' first goal of the game. Wow. Eckel flashing some leather there, keeping that high, hard shot by Walsh out of the net. Now Harper will take the face-off for the Kings. Slater on his left, Walsh on his right. Ziegler and Dunn on the points. Princeton with a late line change, Como coming off. And so now it's won by Princeton. And there's Kalachik with it. Ryan Kalachik trying to play it outside the zone. Walsh has it there. It's held in. Here's Dolan with it. Dolan behind his own net. Power play's over. We're back to 5-a-side. Slater has it. He falls down. Gives it to Walsh. Walsh in the high slot. Walsh trying to get around Kalachik. Walsh along the far boards now. It's in his skates. Knocked back to the point. Over to Klein. Klein the shot in on there. Eckel. Saved by Eckel. And is able to play it up to Lee. Lee and Harper's over on her. But Lee takes it out. Emily Lee plays it up. Now here's Walsh with it. Walsh going back into his own zone. Ryan Walsh with it. 6:18 to go. Second period. Princeton leads 2-0. The Kings starting to get a little bit of momentum back. Shots on goal are evening out to 11-7. Now Harper behind the net. Harper in front. Can't get it to Walsh. It goes to Dolan. Jimmy Dolan with it. Now plays it up to Maione. Maione to Carter on a break. Carter and Como, 2-0. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. And Walsh takes it along the near corner. What a save by J.J. Arnold. Or this game would have been 3-0. Now Stillwagon after it. Stillwagon and Kalachik. And we got an icing on the play. You know, looking at the legs right now, it seems to me the Kings may be just a little tired, a little fatigued, as the pace of play is slowing down a bit. We'll see if they can use some adrenaline to get that fire restoked. 2-0 Princeton over the Skylands Kings. Carter will take the face-off for Princeton. And it's won by Princeton and back to Kirill. Kirill, number 3 with it. Kirill with the shot. Goes wide of Arnold to the left. Now behind the net. Brendan Carter with it. Being checked. It's on Stillwagon's stick. Stillwagon plays it outside the zone. And there's Formisano in a foot race with it. Formisano picks it up, but he's knocked down by Tyler Butcher. And Princeton plays it outside the zone. And Dixon up into the Princeton bench. We'll have a stoppage in play. 5:16 to go. Second period. Princeton leads it 2-0. So, Cadence Hackett will take the face-off for the Kings along with Brendan Carter for Princeton. It's won by Princeton and goes into the Kings zone. Now Carroll with it. Carroll skating around. Remember, the Kings don't have Michael Amanda or Noah Bernstein for this game. Noah's in the stands, though, so we wave hi to him. I hope he's enjoying this one. I'm sure he'd be enjoying it better if the Kings were up. But we'll see. There's plenty of time to get back into it. Now here's Carroll. Carroll passes it across. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. He's able to put the pad down and keep it out. Now it's behind the net. Formisano clears it and all the way out of the zone. And it'll go down into Tiger Ice. Will it be far enough for icing? Yes, it is. So, you know, Logan Dixon did that earlier this morning. It landed just in front of the goal line. Formisano shoots it out. And it goes just across, and that is an icing. So, 4:39 to go, second period. Face-off to the left of J.J. Arnold. The Kings in their road navy uniforms, trimmed by gold and white. The Tigers in their home white uniforms, trimmed by orange and black. There's Como with it. He'll hold it just inside the zone along the far dasher. Now Stillwagon plays it up to Walsh. Harper with it, fighting for the puck along with Como, and it goes over to the Kings. Dunn with it, and it's knocked off his puck, off his stick by friendly fire. There's Slater with it. He loses it to Kalachik. Kalachik and Dixon knocks her off the puck. Slater's able to take it. Here's Davius Slater. 4:05 to go, second period. It comes back to Dixon. We got a penalty call on the play. Looks like it's going to go against the Kings. Ranger Harper with the trip. So Princeton back to the power play on the tripping call to Harper. Minute 30 on the power play for Princeton. Face off to the left of Arnold. Shots on goal, 13-7 in favor of Princeton. They lead in the scoreboard 2-0. Here's a face-off, won by Walsh. Plays it back to Ziegler. Ziegler can't clear the zone. It's held by Jimmy Dolan. Dolan loses it to Walsh. Walsh will come outside the zone with it and into neutral ice. Being checked along the boards by Carter. Now over to Ziegler. Ziegler up to Slater. Slater plays it. Now played by Ryan Kalachik. Kalachik, number 4, plays it around the net. Over to Carroll. Jay Carroll with it now. Carroll will play it up. And we got a break by Christian Maione. Maione and Carter coming in 2-0. Maione with the shot. Goes wide in the net and into the far corner. Now there's Walsh with it. And does it come outside the zone? No. Carroll's able to hold it. And Carroll comes into the faceoff dot. Shot on goal. Goes wide in the net and into the near corner. Held on the left point by Kalachik. Kalachik goes ahead and plays it to Maione. Now in front. The shot on goal. Saved by Arnold. Oh, it's in his pads. And no further play. Great positioning by Arnold to get over there and defend that shot. And keep the score 2-0. 33 seconds to go on the Ranger Harper penalty. Shots on goal, 14-7 in favor of Princeton. 3:06 to go in the second period. The Tigers up 2-0. Kings 2-0 in this tournament. Princeton 0-1-1. If the Kings win this, they'll take first place and go into tomorrow's semifinal at 7 a.m. as the number 1 seed. A loss may set them back to second place. Here's Butcher with it. Butcher will go ahead and send it over to Kalachik. The shot on goal, saved by Arnold. It's loose. Emily Lee has it now. It goes along the near boards. Now to Kalachik. Kalachik sends it behind the net. There's Lee and Dunn fighting for it. Dunn going over into the Zamboni corner. Now, plays it up but not out. Turchetta holds it. Turchetta back to Butcher. Butcher with the shot on goal, saved by Arnold. Lee tries to poke the rebound home but can't do so. Penalties over to Harper. We're back to 5 aside. 2:29 to go. Second period. Tigers lead it 2-0. There's Como with it. Como along the far boards. Stillwagon misses him. It comes back into the slot, but Hackett is able to clear it out of the way and out of harm's danger. Now Princeton has it behind the net. They're trying to center it in front. Kalachik loses it to Dixon. Dixon has it now. Logan Dixon trying to carry it outside the zone. He does so. Here's Formisano. Formisano skating across the blue. Formisano sends it, wraps it around the boards, and it's in the near corner in the Tigers' end of the ice. The Tigers pick it up. There's Emily Lee with it. Lee plays it up to Kiro. And Dunn has it now. Dunn will send it back out to Hackett. Hackett alone on the far side. Hackett coming in. She's now being harassed by Turchetta. Hackett over to Stillwagon. It's loose. Stillwagon has it high slot. The shot's deflected and goes behind the net. There's Hackett with it. Hackett sends it back around. It's behind the net. Stillwagon after it, but there's Carroll with it. Carroll will send it out of the zone and all the way down the ice. Maione has a break. Maione coming in on net. He can't go ahead and put the backhand home, and it goes into the far corner. Now Dixon with it. Dixon will send it up to Hackett. Outside the zone is picked up by Walsh. Ryan Walsh coming in across the blue. Walsh with it now. Walsh with the shot. Deflected by Kalachik. Now in the corner. Along the far boards. Kalachik knocks Walsh down. We're going to have a penalty call. And the Kings will go to a power play. 59.9 seconds to go. Ryan Kalachik with the penalty. High sticking call on Ryan Kalachik. Number 4 for Princeton. And that will send the Kings to a much-needed power play. So Harper will take the face-off against Kiro. Slater on his left. Walsh on his right. Ziegler and Klein on the points. It's won by Harper. Harper has it in the far corner. The Princeton Tigers all over him. Dolan. And now we have another stoppage of play. And we've got another penalty on this. We'll see who it's called against. This looks like it's going to be against Princeton, too. This is going to send the Skylands Kings to a 5-on-3. Tyler Butcher going off for Princeton. We got a roughing penalty on Tyler Butcher. And so that's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Skylands Kings for next minute 24. Princeton wins the faceoff, however, and there's Dolan with it. Dolan plays it outside the zone, and now it's over to Carter. Carter knocked down. Here's Walsh with it. The Kings on a 5-on-3, but Princeton has the puck. Klein's able to play back out to center ice. Minute 5 to go on the first penalty. Minute 11 on both. This will be broken up by the end of the second period as well, as there's only 25 seconds to go. Here's Klein with it. Klein up to Walsh. The Kings can't get it into the Tigers zone. It goes to Eckel, and they'll freeze it for a face-off. So Skylands Kings on a 5-on-3, and for the first 40-odd seconds, it's been in neutral ice or in the Kings zone. They've got it into the Princeton zone now. We'll have Harper and Walsh and Slater, along with Dixon and Klein out there. Oh, the Kings need a goal on this power play for sure to get some momentum back. 2-0 Princeton here with 14 seconds to go, second period. Now to Walsh. Walsh with the shot, saved by Eckel into the breadbasket, and he'll freeze it for no further play. 9.3 seconds to go. Second period, Princeton with a 2-0 lead. Harper takes the face-off for the Kings. Harper sends it to Walsh. Walsh with the shot. Saved by Eckel. It's loose in front. Picked up by Princeton. Princeton will send it to the point, but not out. Klein in with the shot. The shot will go. Saved by Eckel as the horn sounds. So, Princeton killing off the 5-on-3 to this point. As Skylands just starting to get some offensive momentum going, but the period ends. We'll go into the third with Princeton up 2-0. We'll be back with you after this for third period action between the Skylands Kings and the Princeton Tigers Black.
Settle the puck down. Just like in practice. There's 3 of them. There's no reason why we can't make 2 or 3 passes and have a wide open shot. The Kings player was like, yeah, 30 seconds. We didn't draw. No reason even to dump it here. Gain the zone. Figure out a play. Figure out something. There's 5 of you. Okay? We play better when it's 3-on-3 practice. Settle it down. Use your brain. Work the puck around there.
That one I was just letting you call. I couldn't. Good job, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I feel like I'm repping a Devils game or something.
You persist.
You sent in to ESPN for their...
I used to have friends who worked there. I used to be in broadcasting years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was a talk show host. Did some network stuff and everything. So, but got out of it. Didn't pay well. But it's pretty cool to do this. It's fun. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back to Skylands Ice World for third period action of this second game for the Skylands Kings for today of the St. Paddy Smackdown. They're 2-0 in the tournament, but they're in danger of going down to the Princeton Tigers Black here as the Tigers lead it 2-0. Kings on a 5-on-3 power play for another 30 seconds. Goal scorers in this game, number 22, Madeline Kalachik, who's taking the face-off for the Tigers, and James Carroll, number 3, for Princeton. Now to face off. Harper wins it, gives it over to Walsh. Walsh with 25 seconds to go on the first penalty. Skates it in. Walsh along the near boards. It's loose over there. Fighting for it now. Walsh has it along the boards. Walsh done calling for it. Walsh can't get it back to him. Walsh trying to play it around the defense. Can't do so. 10 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Walsh, it's tied up. That's just what Princeton wants. Harper is able to take it back out. Harper to Dunn. Dunn with the shot. Saved by Eckel. A point-blank shot by Connor Dunn. And Eckel robs him. Wow. Nathan Eckel has been on top of his game this evening. 11 shots on goal, 11 saves. That may have been his best save of the night. 5 seconds to go on the second penalty. It's 5-on-4 now. Goes into the corner. Now Dolan has it. Dolan Plays it out to Dixon. Dixon holds it at the point. Penalty's over. We're back to 5-a-side. Dolan has it around the boards now. Jimmy Dolan will play it up to Carter. Carter has it, number 11, outside the zone into neutral ice. Now here's Walsh with it. Ryan Walsh across the blue. Walsh skating into the near corner. Walsh being tied up by Dolan. There's Walsh sending it all the way around to Slater. Near the Zamboni doors, and the puck is caught in there. Now it's cleared back out by Kalachik, but not out. Dixon with the shot. Oh, it's tipped in front, but it goes wide into the near corner. Walsh knocked down by Dolan. We got a penalty call. So the Kings will go right back to the power play as Walsh is knocked down by Dolan. Dolan will go to the sin bin, and they'll serve a minute 30. Oh, Harper looks like he's coming off. Is he coming off as well? Yep. Oh, okay, so we got coinciding penalties. It'll go to Dolan and to Harper. So we'll play 4-on-4. Give it a call.
What's the score? Get up. Get up.
Couple of roughing.
2-0.
All right, so Harper and Dolan. 5-on-5 now between the teams. So Skylands running out of chances here. It's 2-0 Princeton, 11:44 to go. We'll play 5-a-side. Stillwagon takes the face off. It goes back and cleared the zone by Lee. Here's Emily Lee with it. Lee coming in. Lee all alone. Lee on the backhand shot. Right pad saved by Arnold, and he keeps it out. It goes behind the net. Now up to Forbesano. Forbesano is able to clear the zone, and it goes to Butcher. Butcher for Princeton sends it over to Como. Benjamin Como centers it into the high slot area. There's Lee. The shot goes wide into the near corner. Como with it now. Como being defended by Hackett, and Hackett cleared the zone. Hackett up to Butcher for Princeton. Butcher takes it there. Butcher gives it to Lee. Lee across the blue line. Being checked by Ziegler. Now Klein has it in the far corner. Klein and Kalachik now with it. Klein plays it around along the near boards to Stillwagon. It's picked up by Princeton. It's now in the high slot area. Klein has it now. Klein will play it, and it gets outside the zone where Butcher's able to send it, but not back in. Kept out by the Kings. Now Klein has it along the far dasher. Up to Hackett. There's Cadence Hackett with it. Hackett along the red line loses it over to Kalachik. Kalachik to Lee. Back to Kalachik. It's knocked off her stick, and Klein takes it outside the zone. Picked up there by Turchetta. Turchetta, number 8 for Princeton, plays it over to Carroll. Carroll, Forbesano on him. Carroll, Forbesano intercepts. It's along the far boards and into the far corner in the Tigers' end of the ice. There's Walsh with it. 10:15 to go. Third period. Princeton 2, Skylands nothing. Princeton picks it up now. Kalachik. It goes into the referee's skates. Picked up by Forbesano. Forbesano behind the net. Trying to clear it out. Gives it to Walsh. Walsh along the near boards. Walsh has it now. Walsh to Forbesano behind the net. Now Forbesano going over into the far corner near the Zamboni doors. Intercepted by Maione. Maione plays it up. And a break now for Carter. Carter coming in with Carroll. Carter with the shot. Saved by Arnold. It goes behind the net. Now along the near boards, there's Butcher with it, number 45. Butcher with the shot. Saved by Arnold, and he'll cover. No further play.
What time do we have?
9:31 to go. Third period.
That's more than
So the penalties to Harper and to Dolan are over at this point in time. We're back to even strength. Carter will take the face-off against Harper. Carter and Harper. Harper wins it. It's cleared by Dunn, but not out. Kalachik sends it back in. Into the low slot. Shot on goal, saved by Arnold. It's loose in front and knocked away by Harper. All along the near boards. He saved the goal there. Now it's over the Ranger Harper. Harper behind his own net. Harper skates it around Maione. Harper trying to come outside the zone. Harper carrying it. Sends it, but not out. It's kept in by the Tigers. Every time the Kings try and get any kind of momentum, it's stymied by the Tigers here this evening. Walsh now in his skates. Walsh plays it over to Dunn. Dixon now with it. Loses it over to Maione. Maione on the side of the net. Centers it. It goes back to the point to Kalachik. Kalachik with the shot. Goes behind the net and into the near corner. Now there's Walsh with it. Held by Dolan. Inside the Princeton zone. It's loose underneath. Walsh tried to play it out but can't do so. It's underneath Carter. It comes back out. And it goes all the way down. We got a whistle. We got a Princeton player down. That looks like James Carroll. So James Carroll down for the Tigers. He looks to be in pain. The coach going ahead and tending to Carroll. Carroll back on his feet. He's skating off his own power. Still in pain, but he's on his feet, and it's good to see. A rough hit on Carroll, and he'll go back to the bench. 8:26 to go, third period. Tigers lead at 2-0. I'm not sure how the Kings try and get back to this one right now. Mirrors, magic wands, whatever. But they're going to have to conjure up some magic. Down 2-0 with 8.5 to go. The momentum has been in favor of Princeton this entire evening. A vast difference from the way the Kings played against the Colonials last night and even against the Devils this morning. The effort's there. It's just not working out at this point in time. So we'll see if they can turn things around. Kalachik will take the face-off for the Tigers against Hackett. It's won by Kalachik. Back out to Butcher. Now to Kalachik. Kalachik skates it into the Kings zone. Kalachik with the shot on goal. Saved by Arnold, and he'll cover. It was a stick save and came up into his goalie pads, and he'll smother it. And we got a face-off for the Kings and Tigers to the left of Arnold. Cadence Hackett and Constance Ziegler up for the Kings onto Squirt Navy due to the absences of Michael Manda and Noah Bernstein in this game. It goes over to Butcher. Butcher shoots it in. Now to Formisano. Formisano skates it out. Formisano's got Stillwagon with him, but he loses the puck. And it's in the skates now of Hackett. Hackett loses it to Kalachik. Kalachik over to Butcher. Tyler Butcher gives it to Lee. Lee being defended by Ziegler. Now it's off of Hackett's stick, and it goes over to Formisano. Formisano across the red. Formisano coming across the blue. Formisano with the shot. Deflects off of Butcher and behind the net now. Now there's Turchetta. Formisano knocks him down. That looked like knee on knee. They both pop up, so no injuries on that, which is good. But we got a call here. Oh, and this will be a trip. I think it's going to be on Formisano. Formisano, number 22, call with the trip on Turchetta.
Get in the box and stop. Come on, calm down. You put your shoulder into the player and he went down. And he called the trip on you. All right?
So Formisano called for the tripping call, and Princeton back to the power play. 7:32 to go. Tigers on the 92nd power play here. Face-off won by the Kings over to Dunn. Dunn plays it into the corner to Dolan. Dolan, 86 with it now. Dolan behind the Tigers' net. There's Jimmy Dolan skating it up for Princeton over the blue line. Now to Carroll. Carroll's back on the ice. That's good to see. Carroll with the shot. It goes into the near corner. Picked up by Stillwagon. Stillwagon plays it into the low slot right in front of his own net. There's Dolan with it at the point. Dolan fans on the shot. Goes to Stillwagon. Tristan Stillwagon with it now. It's taken off his stick. Picked up by Kalachik. Deflected by Dixon. It's blocked by him. Now it's in Dunn's skates. It goes to the far boards, into the corner. So there's Dixon with it. Dixon will play it just outside the zone, but there's Carroll with it. Walsh skates after it. Dolan picks it up for the Tigers now to Carroll. Carroll will send it across to Maione. Picked up by Dixon. Logan Dixon with a rush of speed. Coming across the blue. He'll send it down and chase after it. There's Dixon and Dolan with it. Picked up by Walsh. Walsh sends it to Dunn, but it's intercepted by Carroll. Carroll into center ice. Carroll coming in. He's got Harper to beat. Carroll being chased down by Dunn. Now the shot on goal. Comes slowly into Arnold. He cleans his pads down, and it goes behind the net. Now number 11 in on goal. The shot. He goes behind the net and into the near corner. 7 seconds to go on the Princeton power play. We've got 6:05 to go, third period. Penalty's over, and Formisano back onto the bench, and we are even 5 aside. There's Kalachik with it. Kalachik loses it to Harper. Harper to Walsh. Walsh will take it. Walsh comes outside the zone. Walsh across his red. 5:47 to go. Princeton leads it 2-0. The Kings need something to get back into this game. Collision between Formisano and his own teammate, Connor Dunn. It goes over to Kirill. Kirill over to Lee. Lee passes to Kirill, the shot. He scores. So Lee and Kirill come in on a 2-on-0, close in on Arnold. Lee passes over to Kirill, and he buries it into the empty net as Arnold couldn't get across. So Lee and Kalachik assist on James Kirill's second of the night, and the Princeton Tigers take a commanding 3-0 lead. Kalachik will take the face-off against Hackett. There's Stillwagon. Now Como with it. Como will play it into the Kings' end of the ice. Hackett will try and send it up to Formisano. Formisano along the far boards. Can't clear the zone. Princeton holds it there. Now comes back out to Braden Klein. Klein with it. And he's got Lee on him. Klein sends it into the zone, but it's picked up by Turchetta. Turchetta loses it over along the far boards now. Constant Ziegler has it. Ziegler will play it in. Ziegler loses it to Lee. It's in the Princeton skates. Here's Hackett with it. 4:48 to go. Stillwagon back into the zone, but it's offside. Every time the Skylands Kings look for some momentum building, it's shut right back down. They haven't been able to get anything going this evening. So 23-12 in favor of Princeton for shots on goal, and they lead it 3-0. Madeline Kalachik with the first goal for Princeton. James Carroll has the next two. Eckel has only had 12 shots on goal, but he's been stellar, just shutting down the Kings at every turn. Face-off won by Princeton. It goes to Carroll. Here's Carroll with it in center ice. Carroll has Harper on him. Now to Walsh along the near boards. Walsh and Carroll fighting for it. Now Harper. Harper will go ahead and take it. Harper gives it to Walsh. Plays along the boards. Now to Turchetta. We got a stoppage in play and a hooking call. That's going to be on Carroll. James Carroll with the hook. So, at the 4:26 mark, James Carroll, with 2 goals this evening, will go off for hooking. And if Skylands is ever going to get back in this game, it's now or never. Face-off between Harper and Carter. It's won by Carter. Goes over to Dolan. Here's Dolan going back into his own zone. Dolan skating behind the net. They've got time to kill. Time is on the Princeton Tigers' side at this point in time. It's Skylands that needs to try and score some goals to get back into this. So, Walsh after it. Ryan Walsh now has it on his own blue. It's knocked off by Carter, and now Walsh picks it back up. He gives it to Slater. Here's Slater with it. Inside the zone, tries to get it to Harper. Goes back to Slater and into the near corner. Now Walsh has it. Walsh behind the Tigers' net. To Slater. Slater in front to Harper. He scores! Ranger Harper takes the one-timer from Damian Slater and buries it behind Eckel. And the Kings are 1 goal closer. It's 3-1. Power play goal for Skylands.
Hey, no one right now. Hey, right now, no one.
So Harper with the goal, Slater with the assist, and it's now 3-1 Princeton with 3:49 to go. Power play goal for the Kings gets them back into it. Now they look for the proximate goal, the one to get them to within 1. We'll see if they can do it. 3:46 to go. Third period. Princeton leads 3-1. The Kings playing for first place in tomorrow's semifinal. If they win, they'll lock into first. If they lose, they could still get first depending on the Colonials Devils game later on this evening being played at Aspen Ice. And we got a penalty call, and it's going to be against Skylands. It's a tripping call. Looks to be on Ranger Harper. 3:26 to go. So Harper called with the tripping penalty. And Princeton will go back to the power play. Madeline Kalachik taking the face off for Princeton against Ryan Walsh for the Kings. It's won by Kalachik. Back out to Butcher. Butcher tries to get it to Como, but it's knocked off his stick by Klein. It goes along the near boards. Now Walsh. And Como has it into the low slots, picked up by the Kings. The Kings not only have to kill this penalty, but try and get some offensive mojo going so they can try and get a second goal. We'll see what happens. Klein now has it. Klein across the blue. Goes into the Tigers zone. He's knocked down. We got a penalty call. The puck's still loose. Princeton hasn't touched up. Now they finally do. And the penalty against Harper will be negated. Interference call on Tyler Butcher. That'll negate the Tigers' power play. 2:54 to go. We'll go 4-on-4 now. Stillwagon and Formisano on the ice for the Kings. Dunn and Dixon on the points. Stillwagon takes the face-off. Shot on goal quickly. Goes into the near corner. Just missed the left post of Nathan Eckel. Now goes behind the net to Kalachik. Kalachik, number 4. Skates it around Stillwagon. Formisano tries to take it off his stick. He does. Formisano able to keep it in. Backhands it over to Stillwagon. Here's Stillwagon with the shot. Saved by Eckel. Left pad save. Goes into the near corner. And the Tigers will take it out. It's intercepted by Dixon. Oh, Logan Dixon now across the blue line. Dixon in. Dixon has Stillwagon with him. It goes into the far corner. Dixon behind the net. Kings will have a power play in 20 seconds. 2:14 to go, third period. Tigers lead 3-1. We'll see if Arnold's called off for an extra attacker soon. The puck is loose in the near corner. 10 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Harper will come out in 5 seconds. Now it's over to Dolan. Dolan coming in with Carroll. Carroll in all alone. Carroll with the pass over and the shot. Score! Jimmy Dolan is able to take the pass from James Carroll on a 2-on-0. Puts it past Arnold. And now we'll make it 4-1. So Dolan with the goal, assisted by Carroll. Carroll with his 3rd point of the night. And that makes it a 4-1 game for the Tigers. Minute 52. Butcher's still in the box for another 28 seconds. But the Kings are going to need almost a mini miracle to get back into this one. 24 seconds to go. Princeton plays it outside the zone. Here's Harper with it. Loses it over to Maione. Maione carries it across the blue. Now sends it over to the near boards. To Lee. Emily Lee. And Harper in on her. Now Ryan Walsh with it. Harper comes out. Harper will go ahead. Loses it to Lee again. It comes back to Turchetta. Jay Turchetta sends it over to Kalachik. Ryan Kalachik will send it in to Maione. Now it's played by Klein. Klein will send it into the Tigers' end. The penalty's over. We're back to 5 aside. Minute 15 to go. 4-1 Tigers. Arnold's still in his net. I don't know if Weaver's going to pull him down by 3. Lee across the blue. Emily Lee comes in. It's along the far dasher now. Princeton trying to keep it in. They do so. Lee plays it up to Kalachik. Madeline Kalachik with it now. She falls down. No penalty call. The Kings pick it up. Here's Klein with it. Klein around his own net. Over to Walsh. Walsh has it. He'll play it out of zone. Walsh up to Slater. Slater will take it. It's intercepted by Lee. Here's Lee into the zone. Lee with Harper all over her. There's Ziegler with it. Now it goes up to Slater, but out of his reach. Butcher has 30 seconds to go. Here's Como with it. Benjamin Como into the Kings' end of the ice, into the near corner. Klein on him. We've got 22 seconds. It's out of Ziegler's reach. Now to Butcher for the Princeton Tigers. Princeton leads 4-1, 15 seconds to go. The puck sent into the near corner. Here's Harper with it. Harper sends it around. It's held in by Butcher. 7 seconds. Butcher, shot on goal. It's blocked in front by Ziegler. In her skates. Now Lee with the shot. Played out by Harper. And that's the horn. And the Princeton Tigers black take this one 4-1. Now, a disappointing result for the Kings, as we'll see what happens with seeding. This will have a big effect on it as Princeton gets their first win of the tournament. Stick taps all around, And so now we will see how the seeding comes out. It all depends on what happens between the New Jersey Devils youth and the New Jersey Colonials later on this evening. They're playing over at Aspen Ice in Randolph, New Jersey. I'm getting an update saying Devils 2. The Colonials have a score. Trying to get some information from our center back home. Well, anyway, we will go ahead and we'll update you with the score as soon as we can. No update. So, Devils and Colonials, they're still playing. It'll depend on seeding for tomorrow. So anyway, keep this in mind. Daylight savings time is tonight. So we have a 7 a.m. game between the number 1 and number 4 seeds for the semifinals tomorrow. 7 a.m. here at Skylands Ice World in the Forum. The 7:20 game is between the number 2 and number 3 seeds, and that is at 7:20 here in the Coliseum. So keep in mind that the game is going to be an hour earlier than usual. It may be 7 on the clock, but it's going to feel like 6 a.m. So, disappointing loss from the Kings, but they'll have to rebound. They're in the semifinals tomorrow. All 4 teams are. We'll see what the seeding is and who they face tomorrow morning. We'll be with you for that game. Final score here from Skylands Ice World. Princeton Tigers take this one 4-1 over Skylands. This is Mike Formisano saying we'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us. Final score once again, Princeton 4, Skylands 1. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, everyone.